Hello and welcome guys. Hope we are doing great. So in this video today we will see another interview question that is around MySQL, and that is what is the difference between the functions and the procedure. So let's get started. The function, let's begin with the purpose of both one by one. A function in MySQL's return a single value and it's primarily used to compute a return a value based on the input parameters. Okay, as we know, also in programming language like C, there is a function and it will accept some parameter and it will return some value. So in here, MySQL itself, it remains the same. It will accept parameter as an value and it will return result set. Okay, now coming to procedure. A procedure, on the other hand, is a set of SQL statement that can perform a series of actions. Procedure can have input and output parameter, but they do not return a value like function. Okay, that means in procedure there may be input and output parameter, but it will not return a value like function. They are mainly used to execute the series of statements such as data manipulation or business logic. Okay, so example of function, you can say you have to calculate the average, then there is a average function in MySQL. And procedure, that means we have to calculate the average with your own specific logic. In that case, you can write procedure. Okay, now moving to the next slide. The function must return a value and this value is specified using a return keyword. Okay, at the time of writing a function definition, you also have to re- identify the types of return. The result of a function can be used in a SQL query as a, and it can be assigned to any specific value. Now moving to procedure. Procedure do not return a value directly. They can use output parameter to pass value back to the caller, but they do not return any statement for returning a real set. Okay. Uses in SQL query. The function can be used inside SQL query just like any other expression. Okay, like the function. If you talk about the some pre-built function, it has like main to get the minimum value out of sort of, then we have max, average. These are the function examples. So for example, you can use a function to calculate the value within a selected state. Now procedure are typically called using call statement. If you have to call any procedure, you write call then your procedure name. Yeah. They are suitable for executing a series of statements. Now, let's see some overall difference between the procedures and the functions. Purpose, it computes and return a value in case of function, but in procedure, execute a series of statements. The main purpose of the function is to compute based on your input and it will return some value. The main purpose of the procedure is execute a series of SQL statements. Now moving to return value. So function return a single value and return with return keyword. And procedure it has no return as such, does not return a value directly. Usage in SQL query, yes, you can directly use any function in your SQL query. For example, you can get the average, select AVG, you can pass the column name from this table. And how you can use procedure? To use the procedure, you have to use keyword that is call, then your procedure name. So called using call statement, not, and this cannot be used in your SQL query. Now the transaction control cannot contain transaction control statement in case of function. The procedure can include transaction control statement. Transaction like if you have to commit, roll back, So these are the statement you can write in procedure only, not in function. Okay. Now error handling, limited error handling using declare and handler. You can do this in function, but in case of procedure, more robust error handling can be done. Okay, as you will have the more control on your the statement. Hope this will help to understand you the difference between the functions and the procedure. And this is one of the major query whenever you are facing the interview and you have experience around 4 or 5 years. So you must be asked the question saying what is the difference between the function and procedure, and what are the pros and cons where you can use. So question like this can be thrown to you. So be ready with that. In case of any query, please feel free to write in the comment section. I will try giving all your response to your query. Thank you. Thank you for watching and have a great day ahead.